And my ocean, everything of your motion can make a constant spring. Yet in all your mighty glory, vanished from the sky. Just another story, this man-made life. Think of how you fell from the sky.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Free American Hour. I'm your host, Clay Douglas. My guest today is Chuck Boldwyn, and we're going to be talking with Chuck about 9/11. About all of the research that he's done on it. It's linked up there on in the chat room and on the Free American page. But I want to take a moment here to tell you that the changes I made today, this morning, up on the freeamerican.com, freeamerican.com. are very, very important. You need to see it. Last Saturday, I went to the Breakfast Club, which we do every Saturday here in Tucson, and the buzz was, well, Jesse Ventura's coming out with this thing on the prison camps, on the FEMA camps, on the and it's going to be on True TV on Friday. Well, it wasn't. The buzz on Saturday was that they had run a repeat. They had blocked that. They blocked it. So I got it. I found it on the internet. It's up on my website. It's up on my website right now. But there's another piece that's equally important that you need to see, both of them. You need to go see this, so you can understand exactly what is being done to us. And it's what I told you was being done to us in the article I did. It says Clay's views on the attack on the Tea Parties by the NAACP, with comments from Aaron Zellman of the Jews of Preservation of Firearms Ownership. This thing on this other film is put out by Southern Poverty Law. They've really outdone themselves. They have the full arm and resources of the government behind them now. I used to wonder how the German people let the government do this to the people. I no longer wonder. I'm seeing it in real life. They paint a target, get the herd believing that target is the enemy. Then who cares if they get taken away to who knows where. You need to watch this and weep. It's what I've been, and there's another film up. I don't have this up on the website yet, but it's about a congressman or a former prosecutor that believes George Bush ought to be prosecuted for the murder of 100,000 Iraqis when they had no links to 9/11. Now, the 9/11 whole project here, the Southern Poverty Law film will take you back all the way to Waco and Randy Weaver, how this whole thing got started, how I got involved in it, because I was a little bit outraged about what happened to 100-something Branch Davidians. But at 9/11, we killed almost 3,000 Americans and 100,000 Iraqis who never did a thing against us. Chuck, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, Clay. This is the fourth time we've been together here. Doing pretty good here. Got a lot of new information for you.
Yeah, it's not often I get somebody that wants to talk to me more than once.
Yeah, no problem.
So you've done a tremendous amount of research into 9/11, and the 9/11 right now is being used to demonize. If you go ask somebody about 9/11 in Congress or in the upper regions of the FBI, they treat you like you're a fool. No, 9/11. You're one of those conspiracy theorists. You know, the planes brought it down. I mean, we had the 9/11 report. The planes brought it down. What are you insane? Are you one of those radicals? You're one of those troublemakers. You're one of those people trying to instigate against the government, huh?
Actually, Clay, I haven't had anybody do that to me because I don't deal with high politicians or anybody, but just people on the street, people I meet in the grocery store. I would try to bring up 9/11 Twin Towers, and they don't know anything about it. Just about every single person still believes the original government story because, you know, after that was all over, they just went on with their lives and assumed that we got to kill all the Arabs.
Well, that's exactly what they've assumed. But now, even again, what I've said, the value of the Free American here is that I bring things into focus and bring it into the light of day to let people look and decide for themselves. I think that scares the hell out of them. And Geraldo Rivera actually did an article and a shot on building number 7. I got that on the cover. I got building number 7 asking why did it fall with Larry Silverstein's quote on the cover of my March 2004 issue. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Somebody tried to kill me in May, but what about building number 7?
That money.
What money? What money?
Oh, I say they collected all that insurance money. That was all conspiracy, all at the top. The insurance company, everybody was in on that. The big payoff there. The insurance company didn't really push for an investigation. You had these crooked people. Whatever the government came out with, they came out with a different story and collected money on it. Even after Silverstein in public said to pull it, and they know the whole story, and they still paid off. So they have to be in on this conspiracy.
Well, listen, you know, now, excuse me for interrupting here, but that kind of broadens the whole horizon. Remember, we had an insurance company fail after paying out $2 billion to the Silverstein. I referred to 9/11 on my radio show as an exaggerated case of Jewish lightning. I mean, he only owned it for 3 months. He owned it for 3 months. He doubled it. He insured it for billions of dollars, and it blew up or went straight down. Now, this is what they pointed out. Building number 7 had to be demolished. He admitted he demolished it. He brought it down. We brought that building down. So how and they pointed out even on Geraldo, which is amazing. That blows me away. They pointed out that it fell at the rate of gravity, so which is it's impossible if the floors are dropping. If each one of them's dropping down and each floor is dropping down, there's going to be some hesitation while that collapses. It didn't do that. So what does that mean? How did these towers and how did building number 7 come straight down in the footprint? Now, also keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, your firefighters are suffering from asbestos and all that. That's because the buildings were contaminated. They were built with asbestos. They were supposed to be fireproof, and there had been an engineering team investigating inspecting the World Trade Center for almost 10 years while it was owned by the Port Authority. And they came to the conclusion that was leaked out in the Free American that the buildings had to come down. They couldn't build scaffolding high enough to repair all the problems. The glass was falling off. There were all kinds of they were defective buildings, and they had to be brought down. Go ahead.
Clay, the number one problem that kept being advertised was they were out of code for asbestos. They had asbestos over all their steel and pipes and stuff like that. And when the law came in that everybody had to remove it, like the school systems all had to remove it, the amount of money that it was going to cost was worth probably more than the building was worth. to repair the whole thing was just an astronomical job.
Right.
I guess they tried to do some repairs on it, but I think this